Hello everyone, my name is Tang, and today I would like to tell you five conversations between each conversation have two or more people. At the first conversation, three people are talking with each other, one man, one woman, and two men. First, the man one complained that the woman was late again. The woman feels sorry about that, and she explained that she had forgotten to set her alarm off, and she had overslept. The man too suggested that set she should set her alarm to go off every day so that she wouldn't have to think about it anymore. The woman agreed with him, and she was wondering why she hadn't talked about it. After that, the man one mentioned that it was a good thing that she arrived before the meeting. The woman agreed with him. She explained that she was a first presenter anyways. Finally, the man the man too informed that the man too informed that they were still serving cakes, donuts, and coffee, so that the would have time the women would have time to set up before the presentation. Now let's move on to the second conversation with two speakers, one man and one woman. The women suppose that people thought they had mismanaged the airing accounts. The, the man the man suggested looking for other jobs. The women agreed with him, and she thought that they couldn't expect for a generous severance package, because that wasn't a good situation. So she recommended they should treat themselves for a nice lunch and talk it over. The man the man said she couldn't do it that afternoon because he had to he had to he had to expecting for an important call. So so he recommend so he suggested doing it tomorrow, the next day. Now let's talk about the third conversation between two people, one man and one woman. First, the woman stated that Joe's good fortune had made him extremely happy. The man the man agreed with her, and and he said and he said it was and he thought that it was impressive to get promoted at his age, at his job, and he admits that Chose deserved it. The woman agreed with him, and she wondered whether there was any sort of celebration. The man said yes, there was a dinner planned for the next week, and and he told the facts that he was the person who is in charge of informing everyone. So he thought he had better start sending emails to everyone then. Now we're gonna talk about the fourth conversation between two people, one man and one woman. First, the woman complained that she was unlucky she, because her doctor had an emergency on the afternoon of her appointment. So so she would like she would like to reschedule it, because it was just an annual physical for her. The man agreed with her, and he suggested giving her another appointment on Friday afternoon. On Friday of the week after. However, however, the woman, the woman stated that the week after wasn't good because she was be, because she would be out of her town all week for her business. So she suggested the following week. Now is the final conversation between two people, one man and one woman. First, the man requested to the woman to turn her music off because he was trying to read. The woman suggested that he could go somewhere else. He could find somewhere else to read. And the, after that, the man explained to her. The man explained to her that he needed to use a reference book in there, and library wasn't a body place. He said she was supposed to be quiet in there, and he recommended that she should bring her music, go outside, and sit in the garden. The woman replied to the man that she didn't want to go there because it was raining. Finally, the man wondered whether she didn't bring her earphones. Thank you for listening. Now we're gonna continue to talk about two conversations, and the first conversation between two people, one man and one woman. First, the woman feels sorry that she had missed the meeting. She explained that she had a flat tire and it took forever to fix it. She feel that she was getting sick of all those car problems. The man showed his sympathy to her, and he would like to inform that the meeting had gone well. It started at 10. It started at 10, right on time for once. And he suggested sharing his notes to her. Then the woman was kind to him. The woman was kind to him, and she suggested letting her make some coffee, and then she would give the notes back to him. Finally, the man explained that he had his secretary make him some copies, and it was just took her some short time, and then he would send it right up to her. At the last conversation, two people are talking to each other. First, the man supposed that they didn't have to leave yet because it only took 15 minutes to get to the theater from there. The woman didn't agree with him. She thought they would take the bus to there. She explained driving. It was hard to find a place to park, and it was in, and parking was expensive too. The man replied to her that the parking was free after 6 o'clock, and driving was much faster than take the bus. Finally, the woman agreed with him, and she said they had got plenty of time before then. The the film wouldn't start until 7.